Hello and welcome to Realm of Thrones 6.2. This is the new update and it just dropped a couple of weeks ago. If you'd like to check it out, there is a link in the description to download it. Otherwise, if you'd like to check out some of the previous series we've had in Realm of Thrones, then there will be links to the playlists in the description as well. Let us go into the realm and explore the varieties of character creation options we have available. There are many. And indeed, there is even another that has just been added, I think, in the last couple of versions. I actually don't know when this was added, but it is a White Walker. You can actually play as a White Walker. Now, there's one thing I have to say about this particular option, and that is I'm not entirely sure how to recruit additional White Walkers. I'm not sure whether you have to wait until the White Walkers start to invade or something along those lines. I don't know. I don't have enough information on this. So I won't personally be playing as one of these in this series, even though I was very much intrigued by it. I thought it was going to be super, super fun to do so. But when I got into the game, there was no way for me to recruit any of them. So I decided, you know what? We're not going to do that. And instead, we're going to be playing a Valentine. Yes, I think that sounds really fun. So that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to randomize him a little bit. There we go. And yeah, there it is. Fantastic. That sounds great. And now we can do this. And now this is a new character creation thing where they basically give you a lump sum of stuff at the very beginning, which I personally think is extremely, extremely powerful. Most notably, you can literally get, like, look at this, massive amounts of smithing, trade, charm. It depends on what you want to be. Do you want to be a super powerful merchant really, really early on? Or do you want to be a steward, a leader, an engineer? Or do you want to be more of a riding, combat tactics guy? And for me personally, I think we're probably going to be the riding tactics, polearm, etc. guy here, because that's just going to provide us with so much additional benefit. I think we cannot say no to it. However, you can see here, your skill with horses gives us riding and medicine. That is perfect. Medicine and scouting, maybe we want to do that, do we? I don't know. Probably not. What about bow and tactics? No. Yeah, the funny thing is, bow is always such a problem for me because generally I love using a bow. I think using a bow is really, really fun. But unfortunately, because of the way that, the base game in Bannerlord has actually changed the way that, bows work on mounts early in the game, it's really, really hard to make that work. Very, very difficult to make that work. So generally I tend not to do it. Let's go for polearm and one-handed. Let's go for this. There we go. And let's go for 40 years old because that gives us a good smattering of focus points and all that wonderful stuff. And we will indeed choose this banner right here. And we will be making it slightly larger. Yes, indeed. And he will be a member of the Bear-Tilt family, of course. And we will call him Elias because that is our wonderful, wonderful Game of Thrones name that we tend to take. Go for the Bannerlord preset here, auto-allocate clan member perks, and let's go. Alright, so we just leveled up and we've gained a number of perks to spec into here. So we're going to be going for loose formations most of the time, I think. Let's see. 10% damage by infantry to cavalry when troops are sent. Yeah. No. I think we're probably just going to continue going for loose formations there. We are also going to be probably taking, I think, Nimble Steed early on is really quite nice. And we will go for plus 2% damage with polearms while mounted, of course. Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Now, we have 7 in vigor almost instantaneously. We're going to be going for 7 in endurance very, very quickly as well. And then we're going to be going for a bunch of cunning when I have attribute points, because I want to try to increase my tactics skill as best as I can. I think my tactics skill is probably going to be one of the things that we're going to try to level up as much as possible, at least early on. We also want to go for a little bit of medicine here, just so that I can get preventive medicine. Very, very strong, very, very powerful ability. We're going to be going for some leadership here too, as well as some charm skill. And we're more than likely going to be finding scouting. Obviously, I don't really need that, but it's going to provide me with a little bit of extra experience as we're running around and everything. But yeah, we're going to try to find a companion that does steward, find a companion that does engineering, and find a companion that does probably medicine as well, and maybe scouting. I'm not sure if we're going to really need that, but we'll see. I am going to go for a little bit more leadership, though. I think that sounds like a good plan, and yeah, there you go. That's it. Now, we are being attacked by these guys. I'm not entirely sure what we have available. Okay, I have a spiked club. I am not on a mount. I am not on a mount. Okay, that's very bad. Okay, we might have a problem here. Oh, no, no, no. We're okay, we're okay. Okay, that was a little bit closer than I would have liked, but yeah, there you go. Okay, we already recruited people, which is very nice. That means I should be able to go into a battle relatively quickly here. I am hopeful that we're going to be able to level these guys up into Master Archers as fast as possible. Those are going to be our bread and butter for the most part. I'm not entirely sure if the Valantines actually have... yeah, they do. They do have... yeah, they have Tiger Cloak Elites, as you can see right here. They have 150, though. They have 150 in bows. So it's actually not really necessary. You know what? Actually, wait a minute. They level up into Triarch Guardians. This is the big deal, right? This is the big deal. However, early on, the max level archers that we can get from the peasant troop line, they have the same bow skill as Tiger Cloak Elites. So technically, we should be very, very good with that. Now, I'm hopeful. Am I fast enough? Yes, I am. I'm moving at 4.9. This is decent enough. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have gone in here without purchasing a mount.
On my orders.
Yeah, that probably would have made sense. I have a mace. Maces are actually pretty decent for me. Unfortunately, I don't have a polearm and I don't have a mount. I don't know why. But yeah, apparently I don't. Do they have a... they have some archers. Okay, I'm going to have to tell my forces to charge in here. I'm going to literally have to tell them to charge in, otherwise we're going to get shot to death. And that's not going to be very pleasant, is it? Okay, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. Nice damage immediately, nice damage immediately. Very good. Oh no! I got headshot! Okay, that's bad. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, nice. We got a kill. We got a kill. That is all that I need. Yes, my guys are living. Yes. Oh, shot in the face. Shot in the face. Okay, hopefully my guys are going to live. Yes, nice headshot right there. Did you see that guy slashing directly through that guy's face? Brutal. Brutality. On a whole different scale right there. Anyway, 1.5 renown, 1.2 morale. We get a couple of broken archers, but the most notably... we get these guys, and we can level them up. And now, look at my leadership skill. My leadership skill is leveling up dramatically. We also have a spear available here. We got an upgrade as well. We got an upgrade across the board, pretty much. Basically, every single thing that we just picked up is an upgrade. Funnily enough, this spiked club doesn't seem to do that much damage. I'm not sure why. It doesn't seem to do that much damage at all, but we're going to keep it because it does do piercing damage, so it's probably going to be relatively useful for us as time goes on. Now, the thing is... because we're slightly injured now, I'm hopeful that that's going to provide us with a bit of medicine skill. I'm not sure if it's really going to pay off, but we'll maybe just kind of cross our fingers and hope that that is the case. We could potentially go and try to get a horse. As you can see, there is a horse available for 416 here. We could sell some stuff, and then, yes, that is, I think, what we will do. So we will sell this, wait a minute. Yeah, sell that. There we go. Okay, yeah. So that's going to get me... I'm only going to have to pay a little bit. I only have to pay a little bit, all right? So it's not too bad. And do we have any saddles? Yes, we do. We have a rugged saddle right there, which I will take. 296 for a horse. I think that's actually exceedingly good. I think that's really, really good, surprisingly enough. And we have some more people that we can recruit here as well, which is great. Okay, so did I already level up my people? Yes. Okay, so I have 4 footmen and 5 recruits. I could potentially go into another battle. Unfortunately, I'm still injured. So we're going to have to get back up to full strength and then we'll move on. Alright, so what do we have here? We have a 28 strong party of broken men that want to murder us. And, well, we're not going to allow them. We're not going to allow them to do that. No, not in a million years. And, well, the funny thing is, we're going to actually have to play this a little bit strategically this time around. I can't just randomly run and charge in there. We're going to have to do a little bit of something by hiding behind these dunes. It's going to make a big difference to our overall capability to win, because the enemy has a pretty large population of archers. So if we can make it so that they have to come behind this hill, then this is going to be perfect. It's going to be very nice for us. We do have to be very aware, however, that I need to act as a bit of a distraction, like this. Because what's going to happen now is, hopefully, my forces... Yes, nice damage. Nice immediate damage right there. My forces will, yes, as you can see, they will mostly be, you know, a little bit going ahead there. I'm going to tell my forces to charge in now. Hopefully they'll be able to deal with the infantry. Nice. Good damage, good damage. Yes, they're dealing with them. They're dealing with them nicely. We've, oh, yeah, oh, no, actually we're losing. We're losing a couple of people. Okay, that's not so good. Nice damage. Okay, I'm actually going to charge over here, see if I can actually assist them a little bit. Yes, nice. Got a kill, got a kill. Nice, got another kill. Can we get more? Do they need my help? It looks as though they do actually need my help. Surprisingly enough, I think if this guy was not running, I think he'd probably be winning right now. The enemy's archers are on us. Bad for me. Oh no. Nice. Okay, don't get shot. Nice. Good. Okay. That is all we needed. I think that is it. I think that is a victory for us. Barely, though. Wow, that was so close. That was so incredibly close. I'm not sure if that was the right strategy to go for there, splitting the enemy's archers and the infantry. I think personally it was, but... it could have gone a different way. Could have very much gone a super bad way. But thankfully we managed to pull it off. And now we can take a couple of prisoners right here as well, which is really nice. Let's go for bowmen. There we go. We're starting to get some bowmen here. I'm not going to convert anyone. Thanks very much. And now, oh yeah, look at this. Now we get so much extra stuff, which is really nice. This is actually going to pay our wages for the next couple of days. Obviously, bear in mind, Bannerlord, the wages come in every single day, so we do have to be extremely proactive when it comes to establishing some kind of economy. Now, if I can move over to Volantis, I'll be really pleased about that without getting attacked. Let's be very careful. Yeah, we made it. Just about. Okay, so let's actually just ransom our prisoners real fast, even though roguery skill isn't really important to me at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look. Anything better here for me? No, and nothing is better, so we will just sell it all. We don't really need the arrows either. Is there anything here that's actually better? Oh, yes, there's actually a helmet. Very nice. Okay, now we look like a common bandit. Very good. Okay, 1,200 in cash for us right there too. Now, unfortunately, it looks as though some of the cheaper horses have now been purchased, which... I am not a particularly big fan of. It would have been really cool if we could have purchased a couple more, because I wanted to make sure that we could move as fast as possible, but yeah, I mean, that's just not going to happen most of the time anyway. But, you know, it's nice nevertheless that we've been able to achieve victory there. Now, can I recruit some more people? No, I cannot. Yes, losing those people every single time we do a battle, not exactly great. There are so many of them, though. Ned Stark has just been executed for treason. The lion and the wolf are at each other's throats. Stannis and Renly Baratheon are calling their banners to claim what they think is rightfully theirs. The War of the Five Kings has begun. You have been thrust into this grim world of deceit and treachery. Amidst all the turmoil lies many opportunities to make a name for yourself. What path will you choose? Just remember, if you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Yes, indeed. And one thing I have to mention, the modding creators of Realm of Thrones have been kind enough to add in a royalty-free soundtrack for the mod, so I don't have to worry about any kind of copyright issues, which I very much appreciate. I love that. That's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, anyway, this is indeed a... oh, this is perfect. Hello, I just sold all my prisoners. Because I am an idiot, yes. Oh well, never mind. It happens. Okay, I actually leveled up twice, hilariously enough. I'm not entirely sure how that even happened, but yeah, I did level up twice. So I'm going to spec a little bit of a couple of points, or one in athletics, I guess. One in athletics is probably fine. You know what? Do I want to spec into medicine skill? Do I actually want to spec into medicine skill? I could do that. Maybe. You know what? I don't really want to be honest. I kind of want to be the scout of the party, so that's probably what I'm going to do. I am just specking into medicine here just to have a little bit of extra, you know, a little bit of extra rejuvenation and things like that. That's hopefully going to help us out quite a bit. Now, what I'm actually going to do is if I can catch up to these guys, 4.9, I am moving faster than them at the moment, so if I can catch up to them, I will be auto-resolving. Never mind. I won't be auto-resolving. No. I won't be auto-resolving now. I was going to, but not anymore. Alright, so the enemy is over there. Alright, so I do have some archers. I only have 13 people. And me. Well, that's a bit problematic. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, these guys also have pole arms. Nice damage. I kind of need to distract the opponent quite dramatically. Nice. Okay, here we go. Not bad. Tell these guys to charge in. Protect the archers. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of something here. I'm gonna have to get involved quite dramatically. I hope that maybe my forces will be okay. I mean, they're really badly geared right now. In comparison to these opponents... Okay, actually we're doing okay. The archers seem to be missing almost all the time, which is hilarious. They don't seem to be particularly useful. I like that. That's great. I absolutely like that. A whole bunch. Yeah, we're leveling up our pole arms and our riding skill too, which is inherently very good. And eventually we're going to have the ability to do some pretty massive damage with our charging and everything through enemy lines. You can see here I'm already doing 5 damage. You can imagine what it's going to be like when our riding skill is a little bit higher. And indeed, there you go. That's the victory for us right there. Wow. That was so much better. Why was that so much better than the previous one? Is it because we have some bowmen now? I mean, they did kill 4 people, and they obviously, they probably had a significant number of wounds that they inflicted at the same time. I'm going to assume that that's the case. Okay, so there we go. We actually gained even more. Oh, we got some archers now. Very nice. Look at that. We've already got archers. That's pretty crazy. That's very early on. And we got a nice new torso piece. And what else do we have available here? Do we have anything else that's actually nice? Nothing to speak of, unfortunately. But good enough. Good loot, you know, good loot. I am very much loving the fact that there are so many bandit parties in and around the area here. It's really making a big, big difference for us. So, as you can see, House Targaryen is literally right next to us, which is hilarious as well. That's also why I thought to myself, you know what? I think it would be a rather fun idea to play as Volantis, because you're right next to the Targaryens. And if we want to see some dragons in action and want to fight them early on, then we can. And it's available, you know. The ability to do that is indeed right there. So I think it might be quite fun, right? You know, because dragons are in this. So would be kind of cool. Yeah, we're going to settle up here just because I want to get that done. And we can increase our relation with this guy a little bit as well. Even though it's not really going to do that much for us. Now, I am going to try, if I can, to buy a couple more horses. I have decent amounts of cash, so I'm going to buy one more horse or maybe something like that. Yeah, for 700. Yeah, that's very expensive, but you can see here I can literally sell all of my stuff and we can still make a profit of 400, which is pretty decent, actually, surprisingly enough. Okay, what else do we have here? Snare the wealthy. No, I'm probably not going to be doing anything in regards to these tasks. We are instead actually going to be making our way over here, and yeah, come on, fight me, you imbeciles. Yes, okay. There we go. Wow, they literally got. Okay. Oh, that's really interesting. Actually, I was not expecting that. Okay, so dismounting enemy cavalry, 30% chance of knocking enemies back. Yeah, I don't know. 10% damage by infantry in your formation against cavalry. I guess we'll just go for that, even though we're not really fighting cavalry at the moment. It's probably not going to happen that soon, at least. And we'll go for veterinary here as well, just to provide our mount with a little bit of extra HP and the mounts of our people as well, just in case. And technically, if this party of 13 was not here, I'd be auto-resolving this because I want to try to level up my tactics skill. Because that's obviously going to be extremely, extremely useful for us. Now we have some archers. It seems like the power disparity between us and the opponent is starting to become much clearer. So very much hoping... Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, very much hoping we'll be able to do something pretty cool here. Actually, you know what? Let's do something like this. Oh, we can't. We can't stand on top of that. That's an untraversable area. That's kind of unfortunate. So... yeah. We might be okay. We might be okay. I mean, I kind of want to get these guys as high as possible. Not in that way. But yes, elevation-wise, we do need to get them over here. Let's see if I can do some damage to some of these fellows. Maybe try to distract some of them. Distraction is not really working out too well right now. Hopefully my archers are going to do a relatively decent job. Let's tell these guys to charge in. Otherwise, we're going to be a sitting duck. And we certainly don't want that. Yeah, these guys literally don't know really what they're doing. They seem to just be focusing on random things right now, which is kind of strange. We are losing a handful of people here because I'm not being effective. You see that? I'm not being effective right now. I was effective in the previous battles, and now I'm not being effective and we're losing. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. Nice. Oh dear. Whoa. Okay, no, we're okay, we're okay. Are we? Are we? I'm actually not sure. Oh, okay, no, I think we're okay. That was actually kind of close. That was actually seemingly quite close. Because I've only got archers remaining. That is hilarious. Yeah, and this is the point. It comes down to whether we are effective in these battles. In these early battles, it really makes a huge difference. It really does. It's actually quite staggering. Okay, yeah, no, this should be a done deal. If these guys can actually hit that guy, I'll be really, really pleased, because I don't really want to finish him off myself, because I've already taken a pretty big hit. There we go. They did actually finish him off. Very nice. Okay. This is going to get us a pretty decent amount of, well, pretty much everything. Renown, obviously, is very, very nice, too. And we got some additional prisoners. We can level these guys up. Oh, we got some master archers already. Very nice. And then we also have some additional gear. Let's see. Is there anything else here that I really want to use? No, not particularly. So there we go. We can take that. My leadership skill is now leveled up to 25, which is kind of nice. I think that's pretty cool. So let's have a look. Yeah, well, combat tips is definitely going to be what I'm going for here. I mean, really, combat tips is just absolutely fantastic in my opinion. And we leveled up. Look at that. We leveled up. So I'm going to actually spec into cunning. I'm going to spec into cunning here, and we're going to go for another point in scouting because I do want to level up as fast as possible, or at least try to. And let's go for a little bit more here. I have to be very, very careful while I'm in the disorganized state because I am going to move much, much slower. Yeah, I also do want to do a task as soon as possible that is actually applicable to us. I mean, yeah, I could try to do Snare the Wealthy, but I don't really like doing the tasks for the gang leaders and things like that. Let's go for Preventive Medicine here. Desert Brigands. Ooh, I could have fought those guys. Oh, well, never mind. Let's just ransom these prisoners real fast. Let's go in here, sell this stuff too. Don't really need any of that. Oh, Makeshift Shield. Is that better? That is actually better than what I was using. Okay, cool. All right, very nice. I don't usually look at shields, so, you know, if I miss that kind of stuff, well, that's just how it's going to be. I'm going to buy some beer, just so that I can increase my morale a little bit more. And my steward skill is also going to increase as a result of that. That's nice. Okay, so how am I doing? Yeah, we got 17 people right now. I'm going to need to start to change my strategy slightly whenever we go into these battles. I'm going to need to change it to be slightly more focused towards range. Ah, now this is the kind of task I was looking for. Although, to be fair, I actually think that a caravan quest would be much better. And I'm talking about us being the caravan and taking some, you know, taking some goods somewhere else. But yes, He needs 3 sumpter horses. Alright. Yeah, sure. Okay, fine. I will try to find you. This is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Not in a million years. I'm going to be extremely, extremely bad at this, but maybe we'll... Oh, actually, hello. Hello. Ah, we might. Huh. You know what? Can we fight these guys? Can we actually fight these guys and win? I don't know. It looks as though they believe we can win. So they're running away. They're moving... Oh, wait a minute. They actually went back in? Why did they go back in? I'm a bit worried now. I'm a bit worried. Okay. Well, let's try it out, I guess. Let's try it out. Let's see. Oh, they are so close to us. Why? Why are they so close to us? This is terrible. Okay, let me try and murder this. Nice. Oh, that was some massive damage instantaneously. That was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Very nice. Can we get some more of that, please? Okay, I'm going to try to deal with the enemy's infantry here if I don't get poked in the face by a massive, big polearm. You know, we certainly don't want to be penetrated by one of these guys. You know, that would not be too nice. We are actually doing seemingly quite well here, though, because these fellows are not really leveraging their cavalry that well. As you can see, the cavalry is kind of just running around randomly here, not really being of much benefit to the opponent. And, yeah, that is, well, that's pretty much all she wrote, isn't it? Because they're very much done. Oh, and we died. Look at that. That's hilarious. Oh, I love that. That is so funny. Every single time that happens. Okay, now let's actually see whether we can achieve victory. Yeah, we will be able to here. It's just going to take a little bit of extra time because the enemy is doing that weird thing that they love to do with their cavalry where they're not really that effective. They just go back and forth, hit and run, and that's it. But there you go. Alright. We did actually level up in that battle too, which is really nice. And the prisoners are going to be super nice too. Okay, so here we go. Let's just continue to level them up into archers. Ooh. Oh yeah. Hello. This is a much better mace than what I was using beforehand. I like it. Alright, yeah, we're going to use that. That is a potential for us taking prisoners as well. So I'm actually thinking, yeah, you know what? That sounds pretty cool. Simple commoner spear is still better than the jagged spear in my opinion. So not going to be using that. I will switch over our wonderful saddle. And we will also switch our helmet as well. A very, very small upgrade, but good enough. You know, good enough, not too bad. We are now actually doing pretty well in regards to the amount of cash we have. That's really unheard of for me. Usually, I am always struggling with cash. And unless we get really lucky with like some kind of herding quest or something along those lines. But yes. Anyway, 3 sumpter horses is our task. And, well, we'll see whether there are actually any available in this village here. I'm not holding out too much hope for this. Yes, as you can tell, not very helpful at all, is it? No. However, very cheap horses, and I am actually going to be getting quite a few of them, actually. Why not? I mean, you know, we might as well, and then we can sell a couple of other things here, and we're just going to pay 600. Yeah, we're just going to pay 600. I think that's absolutely fine. Now, the problem is, there are a couple of horse villages nearby. The issue is, I don't know whether they have sumpter horses. It's probably going to be a little bit of a, maybe impossible situation. Oh, no, these guys literally, yes! They have exactly 3. That is perfect. They have exactly 3. Okay, yeah, we're just going to buy 1 mule just as well. There we go. You have enough horses. Return back to Malakwo. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Okay, so we actually did level up, of course, and my scouting skill has now advanced to 25. So we're going to increase our travel speed during daytime, as daytime obviously lasts a lot longer than the nighttime, and, you know, general use cases and so on and so forth. Probably going to be relatively good for us. Otherwise, I'm just going to go for another point in scouting here. I'm going to be the, I don't know, vigor, endurance, cunning guy, I guess, and we'll see how well that goes. And as you can see, we do have some broken men here. I'm going to be auto-resolving against them instantaneously because I would like to increase my tactics skill a little bit more. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to do that much. That's a bit disappointing, I suppose, but yeah, well, you know, it happens. We did get some pretty decent loot. Now, I haven't found Malakwo yet. Yes, I don't know where he is. I'm going to have to be careful about this group of 21, however, because they are more than likely looking to attack us. Ah, there he is, Malakwo. Hello, I have 3 sumpter horses here for you. I'm not entirely sure why he even wants 3. You know, 3 is kind of like a bit of a weird number for such a prominent individual. But yes, anyway, there you go. And look at that, we got 16 charm skill. This is also the reason why speccing into a little bit of charm skill really does make a big difference. Unfortunately, I probably should have specced in more of it, because as you can clearly tell, it's pretty crazy, right? Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It would have been even better if we would have had, you know, 2 points or something like that in it. But yeah. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure where these guys are going. Are they actually... Are they going into war? Are they going into war right now? Yeah, I think... Yes, they are. They are actually fighting against the... they're fighting against Daenerys, potentially. No, I think they're fighting against Aegon, actually, yeah. Yeah, they're fighting against Aegon right now. So we don't really need to worry about that too much. Unless we want to join. Unless we want to join as an enlisted soldier or something along those lines. Because there is the ability to do that. You can do it. So we could. But my army is doing pretty well at the moment. I don't know whether I want to potentially mess that up. So I think I'll probably just remain where we are right now. And we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is going to be probably one of the last battles that we do in this area, because I'm actually going to be moving away from here and trying to get a couple of extra tasks from the other cities in Volantis itself. If we can maybe do that, we might be able to dramatically increase the amount of, shall we say, higher quality troops that we can get. I'm actually going to try and start transitioning over to noble troops. Obviously, as you can see right here, I'm trying to leverage my archers relatively nicely here. Unfortunately, the leveraging, so to speak, is not really working out too well. As you see, the enemy is very resilient because they have shields, and my forces are not really targeting the ones without shields, so we're going to have a bit of a problem with that potentially, but hopefully we're not going to be too bad with that. I'm just going to tell my guys to charge in. Hopefully that's going to be good enough. I don't really want them to just stand there while they get murdered. But it seems like, no, we've got this in the bag. No, we totally have this in the bag. Thankfully, my archers are actually pretty good. I was a bit worried for a second there because I don't really have a huge amount of faith in them at the moment. I don't know whether they're really amazing or anything like that. Like, yeah, sure. I think the max level archers that we can get from Volantis, I think they're pretty good. I think they're going to be pretty fantastic at what they do. But I haven't really seen them in battle that much, If we had tiger cloaks, that would obviously be a bit of a different story. We can actually sell that trade good for 163 in Volantis as well. Bear in mind, trading in and around this area might actually be really, really beneficial. So it might make sense for us to do a little bit of that. Oh, we got some Highland Brigands right there as well. Interesting. Okay, probably not going to be doing anything like that. Okay, so, yeah, we are going to have to go over here. Wadar is no doubt going to have some noble troops for us, and I wouldn't mind taking advantage of that, if at all possible. So we'll see if we can get over there in just a moment. Seems like we ate the thing that was actually going to sell. Okay, well, I guess that doesn't really matter too much. I'm just going to buy some olives and things, and then we'll move on, and we'll go over here. This is actually also a horse village. Could be useful. Generally, horses are seemingly quite rare in Volantis, so I've noticed that the pricing of them is quite high, so it might very well make sense for us to maybe go for a couple of those. I mean, we have a Sumpter horse here for 124. We have some mules that I can buy here for a decent amount. We've got some of these as well. That's 1,200 that we've just spent. And no, there are no noble recruits here, unfortunately. Okay. I was kind of hoping that they would be, considering it is tied to a castle. Yeah, unfortunate. Oh well, never mind. Okay, let's go in here. Against these broken men, I will try to... Oh, wait a minute. There's actually a tournament. Oh, yes. There is a tournament. I'm very much looking forward to that. Okay, I'm moving slightly faster than these fellows. I should be able to catch them. Come on. Get them. Yes. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at this. Okay, so now we have 15 versus 26. I'm almost level 6 myself. Ooh, and we have a very lush area to fight in. Okay, this is very interesting. Especially interesting because I don't have a huge amount of infantry any further. I only have 3. So this is going to have to be archers only, basically. Let's see how that goes. I have a bad feeling it's probably not going to go so well, but we'll try it, I guess, and we'll see. Because there's quite a few, right? There's quite a few enemies, and if they get within melee range, it's probably game over for us. Nice! That was a nice head thrust right there. That was pretty good. I like that. We already killed one of the archers. Okay, gotta be careful. Okay, we do not want our horse to die here. This would be very bad. Okay. That's not too bad, that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, my archers should be relatively good at dealing with... Wow, that was a nice shot. Whoever did damage to me right there, that was really, really good for them. Okay. Nice. Good damage. Nice, good damage. That is what we love to see. My archers are getting a bunch of headshots right now. I am doing very, very nicely by missing that attack. That's great. Anytime I miss, I just thank my lucky stars that I missed and didn't do damage and saved the entire battle from being a failure. Yeah, no, thankfully we're okay. We are okay here, thanks to my archers. I think. How many did... Yes, my master archers are killing the most, which is, you know, to be expected at this point. How many of those do I even have? I don't even know it right now. I'm going to need to actually check in just a second. There you go. There's the victory. We only have 5 of them. We only have 5, and they managed to kill 10. That is pretty good. I managed to kill 6 as well, surprisingly enough. And I do have quite a few prisoners. Unfortunately, I probably should have sold those before making my way over here to begin with, because we're moving much slower than we would otherwise be, wouldn't we? Yes. Nice helmet. Nice. Good. Good. A nice little helmet upgrade. And I think everything else is basically pointless. So we'll just take it all to sell. And we're looking very nice right now. I mean, my... well, to be fair, my, shall we say... monetary situation is not doing so well at this point because I just purchased a bunch of horses, but it is an investment, you see. It is an investment. We can always sell those horses too if we find a really, really good price for them. So it is possible. Anyway, let's just sell this, sell this, sell this. Another 1,000 coming our way. Actually pretty nice. We can also sell the date fruit here for another 200 or so, which is pretty decent, and I will do that. Now, there is a tournament going on. I'm going to wait here for a little bit of time, and I might try to do the tournament. I'm always really, really dubious about doing tournaments because I suck at them. I don't know why, but I always do. I don't know. It's just early on, I always really don't do very well. I'm going to go for nomadic traditions here. This is going to be very, very useful for us, especially considering we are not playing with any cavalry. So having a 30% speed bonus from footmen on horses, yeah, absolutely perfect. So we'll go for that. And I'm wondering whether I should spec into one-handed here. Probably not. Probably not. Let's go for... we should probably... yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's just go for another point in scouting. Why not? I mean, there's nothing else for me to go into, right? Okay, so I should be able to now join the tournament. Oh, wait a minute. I have prisoners to sell still. Oh, look at who we have here. We literally have Kinvara, the Red Priestess. I actually wonder if she can... I can use someone like you in my party. 190... Yes. Okay. Well, yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Hello, Talisa, Talisa, you have even more? Okay, I can use someone like you. Yes! Yes! Very cheap. Very cheap. Wow, that is fantastic. The other one requires literally 191,000 for some reason. I assume there is some special reason why she costs that much. And I'm unaware of it at the moment. But yes, very nice to see that we have someone. Look at how crazy this is. She has 160 in medicine. 160, that's absolutely insane. We are also going to be the scout here. We're going to be the scout, make sure that we are the scout, of course. And we're not going to be doing anything else here. I'm almost clan tier 1, by the way, so that's going to be extremely useful for us. So let's do... I'm a bit worried about this, actually. Ooh, we're actually going to be getting some Golden Company shoulders. That's very useful. I don't have any shoulders right now, so it would be wonderful if we can achieve victory here. Ah, there is a tiger cloak. And a couple of master archers here as well. This is just really good. This is so good. We really need to get this. We really need to get this. Okay, let's try and see if we can. I'm using a blade. I am not very good with one-handed. It's gonna have to do. Let's just say that. Nice. Okay, good. I'm leveling up my leveling up my one-handed a little bit. I used to be really good with one-handed, but now I'm not really that good. So yes. Blue team is actually murdering everyone. Gonna try to use his teammate's body as a shield. As you can quite clearly tell, that does seem to be working quite nicely for us right now. Nice. Wow, okay. Very surprised that we actually managed to kill that fellow. Now, my athletics skill is really low, by the way, and I believe I am going to need athletics skill if I want to use these shoulders. Because as you can see, it says requires athletics 50. Yes, so I will need to level up my athletics skill. And that means I think I'll probably just fight a whole bunch off my mount. It's probably going to be easy enough, right? Or it should be. Okay, hopefully my red team member doesn't just die. He did! Oh, what is his problem? What are you doing, sir? And what are these guys doing? They're literally just dying. What? This is unheard of. This is absolutely terrible. There we go. Haha. Yes. This is what happens, you see. This is what happens when you go against the mighty Elias Bertild. It's not technically his name, but, you know, it is his name in this series. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this should be absolutely fine. All I have to do is just continue attacking, being extremely aggressive here. Whoa, how did he miss that? Not entirely sure. There we go. Nice. Okay. Now this is just coming down to 1 versus 1s, and this should be really nice and simple. I really need to spec more points into athletics. That is going to be fundamentally so important, because I've now just realized that there are requirements for some pieces of armor. So, oh dear. Yeah, me getting these shoulders and then being unable to wear them, the travesty of the century, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, not bad. Okay, come on now. Let's try and see if we can open him up a little bit. Gonna try and act as though I am weakened. Act as though I'm weakened when I got hit, of course. Okay, we're just gonna be very careful here. Nice, okay. Just very pleased that he did not decide to block that last hit. That was very useful for us. There you go. So 3 renown. We got some shoulders, obviously. Very nice indeed. Unfortunately, can't use them just yet. But we did get our athletic skill to 26. We got our one-handed to 25 as well. Well, we technically got it to 33, but we now have the perk. Oh yes. And we also advanced our clan tier to 1 as well, which is really nice. And we're going to be going for morning exercise here, because generally I personally prefer movement speed, at least at the moment. We're also going to be going for 20% increased handling to one-handed weapons. Very useful there. And my athletic skill, as you can see, only has 1 focus point in it. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.